here we go then. You've dealt with 3 games in 8 days a number of times. Now you've got 4 in 10. So how do you feel about this period that we all have to deal with and enjoy every Christmas?
Yeah, I don't think it's like I really enjoy the Christmas period in terms of games, because it's been my life. Over like Boxing Day, even as a fan, as a kid, you always wanted to go to a game, and whether it was a local game or whatever. So the game on the 23rd adds a little bit to it, because I don't think I've ever played on the 23rd before, being that close to the Boxing Day game. But everyone has to deal with it. I think we've got a really good squad. We have good depth, so it's going to be a busy period. We're going to need everyone for sure. I would probably argue it's not like conducive to amazing games of football by that 4th game. By the time that 4th game comes around, but we have fantastic facilities here, really good sports science and medical departments, and we will try and take the best care we possibly can of the players and make sure they're ready to perform in every single game. So one game at a time. We have a tough game on Saturday and against a team that is looking very different to how they were before. Had some good results, and they look like they're really starting to enjoy working with the new manager there. And it looks like the fans, they've got good buy-in and everything like that. So it's a tough place to go as well. Loftus Road, it's tight. Pitch is a bit smaller. We'll be taking a lot of fans, so it'll be a good atmosphere. And but I'm really looking forward to this whole period, and it's going to hopefully be a big one for us.
It's true, isn't it? People say it, but it is true. When you've got a tight stadium like that, even if they're a team who haven't been doing well and they haven't been picked up, as you said, then there is just something about dealing with that as an away player, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the challenge for us, for our team, for our group, is to be the team we always want to be. And that is no difference this Saturday. We're going to go there with a clear game plan, clear identity, with a group of supporters who on the road have been amazing, with real good momentum, real belief in what we're doing, and we'll be the team we want to be. And then you hope that will turn into a positive result, and that is the challenge. Wherever we go, the size of the pitch, the size of the ground, the atmosphere, the moment the other opposition are in terms of results, whatever that is, the challenge for us is to always be ourselves, always, and maybe tomorrow will take even more courage than ever, and it has done recently. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Years ago, I worked with Wayne Smith, the All Blacks head coach, when he was head of Northampton Saints Rugby. And he used to annoy him that the English mentality was to be different away from home. He used to say it's the same piece of grass. Yeah. And actually the way you are trying to play is to replicate that sort of philosophy. So while I was wanting to talk to you about drawing the last 3 away games, I was thinking, well, actually, is it that relevant? Because you want to play the same away and at home.
Yeah, I think we've had some really good away results and away performances. So, and I think if you look at what Watford and Coventry done after those games, showed you probably how difficult a game they were. So yeah, I think wherever we are, whoever we're going to play against, we're always going to try and be the team we want to be. And I think that's the point. I don't think we're ever going to go away from home and go, need to try and get a point or adapt the game plan hugely. One, because we believe in what we're doing and the group of players we have, and like Wayne Smith said, is the same really. So what changes is your mentality around like the opposition fans and stuff. But when the men in our team are in flow and they're present, that shouldn't matter. But I do think it takes even more courage to do that when there is stuff going on in the stadium and the noise, and the opposition maybe has a spell, which an opposition always does in any game of football, just how long that is. So yeah, it's a challenge for us, and we're always going to try and be that team. And so far the lads have done that brilliantly. And we are a bit frustrated after the last few away, not performances, but the results we've had. So now is the time to go and hopefully put in a performance to be proud of, and see us in the right side of a really positive result and keep this momentum building. And the feeling we have at the moment is really great, and I want the players to hold on, I want the supporters to hold on to that feeling for as long as we possibly can.
Whilst you'll be too busy to reflect, you do hit the halfway point of the league season on Saturday, and obviously you can't think about it because you've got 4 games in 10 days. But if you had to sum up this first half of the season and the experience you've had since you've come in, how would you do that?
I'm more excited than I was when I first walked into the building. We are absolutely loving the challenge, loving the feeling we're building here, and the spirit and the togetherness, and watching the team grow. I'm really proud of what the team's doing on the pitch. I'm really proud of how far the connection between the supporters and the team has come in that space of time. And the only frustration I have and annoyance I have is with myself. So like 4-game period is really frustrating, but either side of that, the players have been amazing, and the staff, the support we've had since we've been here, it's just been really, really brilliant. And I'm really grateful to be in this position as manager of this brilliant football club. It's a real privilege, and feel the responsibility of that every single day, and that's what drives you on. But I think we're in a really good place. I think we're ready to keep growing, to keep building, to keep improving. So yeah, there's a lot of gratitude and pride in the work that the players have done, and what they're giving us on the pitch is really incredible at times. But as I said to you so many times, you're never fully satisfied when you sit in this position, because of the amount of responsibility you have. And as a group of staff, we know where we want to improve, what we need to do to improve, and we will keep giving everything we possibly can to do that. And I think we've set ourselves up for a really exciting second half of the season, I think, and to do that after the September we had is no mean feat, and it takes huge courage and intensity from the players, and I'm really proud of them for that. But now the challenge is to keep doing it and be really relentless in our approach to everything, and see how far it can take us, because I think it's going to be an exciting second half of the season.
Thank you. Just finally, any new injuries to worry about, or is the squad that was around last weekend all trained okay?
Yeah, no, I think that everyone is good. Jack obviously played another 45 minutes in the under-21, so nice to see him back out and get some more minutes after being able to come on against Blackburn and show what he does. Played a beautiful pass to Sekou for the penalty to set that up. So yeah, we're in a good place. Hopefully we can maintain that over these 4 games, because we are going to need everyone. Flynn felt much better after coming through 60 odd minutes. So yeah, the biggest problem is choosing the team with so many good players, but it's a really brilliant problem to have. And there'll be some changes over these 4 games for sure. I can't tell you what they're going to be yet, because I don't know myself, because you have a team sort of in mind for each one, but then things change very quickly. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and the squad, I think, is in a really good place.
Thank you. George, for 10:30.
Come on, Russell. Just following on from that, Jack Stevens, who said played for the under-21s. Is that kind of an indication he's not ready to start yet with his fitness?
No, I think he's ready now. I think we just didn't want to miss the opportunity before this run of games to get him some more minutes on the pitch, really. So that was the plan always. And then him getting on for half an hour was an added bonus for us. So he's played 75 minutes now of football, and I think he's in a really good place. He's looked fantastic in training, so I think he's ready to start over this period of games for sure. I don't think we'll have a problem with that.
We saw Andreas Georgeson left the club this week. Good opportunity for him, but I imagine selfishly a bit of a blow for Saints.
Yeah, I think he's done a brilliant job since he's been in. So we didn't have any relationship prior to him coming, and he'd worked for Rasmus before at Brentford before going to Arsenal. So there was a relationship there, and he's been great, been really good. He's built some really key principles and solid foundations for us to keep building on. And to be fair, he alerted me of it a couple of weeks ago and said, look, there might be an opportunity here. I knew when he first came in that he didn't want to be a set-piece coach for the rest of his life. And he's added a lot, not just in set-piece. He's always had an opinion, and he has good experience. And he's a really good guy, a really, really top guy. So whilst we are really pleased for him, I think it's a great opportunity for him. We are disappointed to see him go, but we have a big group of staff and coaching staff, so we will take that on for the next couple of weeks, not rush into anything, and then assess and analyse what we need to do, and if we're happy with it, because he has built a really strong process to work on, to keep working on. So yeah, I wish him nothing but the best. I'm excited for him and the opportunity he has. He gets to go and do that with one of his best friends, Robin, who's been here a few times, to come and see what we do. So yeah, I hope he's got as much out of it as we have out of him, and albeit it was quite a short time, I hope he'll look back on it really, really fondly, and hopefully it helps prepare him a bit as well for the job he's about to go into, because it's very different to being a set-piece coach, that's for sure. So yeah, he goes with everyone's best wishes, and I'm sure he'll do a really good job.
So will the plan be to replace him, or can you carry on the work?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know yet. the last thing I want to do or we want to do is bring someone in now straight away without really really understanding them or knowing them. To come in halfway through a season is really difficult because they need to fit into what we do, and culturally, personality wise, with the players. They need to have. We're not going to go and change all the ideas because the set pieces have been good and they keep improving. And the players know the detail really, really well. So we spend a lot of time on it because it's so important. So like, for me, it's not something that gets my juices flowing. So I'm not going to go, Andreas, it's gone. I'm going to take all of the set pieces because it's different. It's a completely different part of the game. It needs completely different set of skills to really look at the detail of it, and you need to find some enjoyment out of it. I don't, being really honest. So like, but Gilly's done them before. Colin Caldwell's done them before. He was doing them at all of his previous clubs, the defensive ones in particular. We have Carl Martin here as well, who knows the players and has worked on them before. So I've got no worries. We're more than capable. Dean Thornton as well, who's helped us do it before. So I've got no worries about us being able to take that on and just carry on. We've built a really good process, so we will carry that on. And then we will decide, if the right person is out there to come in and do it, or if we need someone to really come in and do it. So we'll just have to wait and see. We're not like set real, we need to do this. We're quite relaxed about it. We have 4 games to really focus on now. Set pieces will be a huge part of that. And then we'll see how we come out of that.
I appreciate this is looking quite ahead forward into the future, but Joe Rebo and Camaldine both named provisional squads.
Yeah, Camaldine will not be going. Yeah, he won't be fit.
But with that, a lot of sort of supporters kind of sometimes think maybe a player shouldn't go to AFCON, but that's kind of an unfair thing to put on a player because Joe Rebo plays for Nigeria all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Joe's incredibly proud to play for Nigeria. So, no, I don't think we can stop anyone. You want them to go there fit and come back fit. And that's it. But Camaldine won't be in the squad, so I'm sure I'll chat to Chris at some point about where he's at in his fitness, but he's going to be nowhere near ready for that, so he won't go. And Joe needs to keep playing how he's playing. I'm sure he'll get into that final squad because he's been a real mainstay of that squad for quite a while now. So, he's got to keep doing what he's doing. But they go with everyone's best wishes. You want them to do well. And hopefully, stay injury-free is the biggest thing. But, I know Joe's got incredible pride, and I think every time he comes back, a different member of staff asks him to bring one of his shirts back. So I've asked him for that one from the AFCON from my son. So he needs to get in the squad so he can bring me a shirt back for him. Just
on Camaldine and Ross Stewart, sort of how close are they to being back?
Yeah, Ross. I think we need to be really honest about Ross and realistic. We probably won't see him again this season. I think long term, although it's short term pain for us, long term we need Ross to have a full pre-season. To then risk him for maybe 3 or 4 weeks of this season seems a little bit crazy. It depends on the situation we're in. So Camaldine will be fit towards the end, hopefully, of January, early February. But again, that can change. I don't know. With Ross, we had to rescan his injury to allow the initial swelling and all that to go down, and it wasn't very good news. So he will be out for a longer period. Devastated for him. Bad news just keeps coming, unfortunately. But I'm not going to come out here and lie and keep answering questions, pretending he might be fit. So I think if we say he's not going to be here this season, and then if you do see him at some point, is a huge bonus. But I think we need to be a bit more long term with Ross now and look after him. So, and I still maintain he will be a brilliant signing for this football club over a long period of time. So we just need to make sure he's right and ready to hit the ground running in pre-season really, and to then contribute.
There's of course the competitive disappointment of losing a striker, but like you said, it's a massive blow for him, isn't he? He's had to work all the way to get back and then injured again. Yeah,
it doesn't really come into it for me. Like for him personally, I'm more devastated, not about losing a striker. He's not just that, he's just such a brilliant guy who's had to deal with a lot, and his journey to get here has been so different and difficult. So it's I get emotional talking about it because I am gutted for him. I really am, because he's such a good guy. But we'll do all we can to support him, as we do with every player, and make sure that when he does come back, he'll find some joy in it and enjoy himself, and make sure he is doing what he does best, which is being on the pitch and scoring goals and being a proper team player.
Does that mean January you're going to have to go and get someone else?
I don't think it changes anything really, mate. I think we have 3 strikers at the moment, in Sekou, Shea and Adam. So I guess it depends on, being brutally honest, Shay Adams' situation and what happens with that. He's out of contract in the summer. Would I like to keep him? Yes. Does that mean we'll definitely keep him? Probably is 50-50, I don't know, because I'm sure there'll be interest from other teams. And then the ownership will have a decision to make on that, as well as Shay. So we'll have to wait and see. And then we will just assess it from there. But we are ready for, I think, pretty much any eventuality in January, because that's our job. And speaking to Jason all the time, and Darren and the recruitment team and the owners, I think everyone's really prepared as we can be, because January is at times a ridiculous window in like the games and the bravado and the ego that gets involved, and then everyone seems to do everything on the last day, which could have happened 3 weeks ago. But that's football. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So does it change things immediately? Not really, but then we have to be ready for what comes next.